Thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. There's a lot of changes happening now at the VA, even more so, right, with the reduction of 30,000. And I get it. It's not the quote unquote RIF of 80,000 plus. It is a target that is set by the early retirements, the deferred resignation program, attrition, and what have you. And the number supposedly is going to be approximately 30,000 employees less by the end of this fiscal year, which is September of 2025, the end of September. So 30,000 less workers. Now, the DAV, so Disabled American Veterans, put out a statement, and I wanted to share this with you. Before we do, though, I want to throw on a special thank you to 11 Bravo 72. 11 Bravo 72, thank you for the super comment, super chat. I really, really do appreciate your support very much. And with that, let's go ahead and jump into it here. I found this, statement. Actually on the DAV's website. So DAV statement on that's Stan. He's a rooster. That's what he does. So DAV statement on VA's workforce reduction plans. And this was posted on July 9th, 2025 by Daniel Contreras, National Commander of the DAV. So let's go ahead and get this pulled up for us so we can go through it. So the DAV, it goes on here to say, well, look, hit the thumbs up if you haven't, please. It helps. Super easy to do. It's a little hand with a thumb. You just click it. I appreciate it. All right. So DAV is cautiously optimistic that the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, plans to reduce its workforce by nearly 30,000 employees before the end of the current fiscal year can be accomplished without impacting the timely delivery of high-quality health care and benefits. Although this will be a major staffing reduction, it is markedly close enough. It is much lower than the VA's previously stated goal of eliminating up to 80,000 positions. Now, again, I felt, and I'm going to say it again, I did see a comment on why I would even, that it sounds ridiculous that I would say that the VA secretary, would eventually draw a line in the sand once he got in and was able to understand and kind of pull things in and look at it all. And yeah, look, most VA secretaries are not doctors. They didn't work in the benefits, veterans benefits world. The last one wasn't even a veteran. So what those individuals are going to do at that highest level is work with their leadership team that they have assembled. Some people had been there for many years. Some people had been brought back into the fold. And they're going to have conversations with them and really start to understand the complexity and the dynamics and all that good stuff of an organization that's that size. Then they're going to make their own conclusions based on that information on what can happen, what can't happen, what's going to be detrimental, and so forth. Then that's where I believed that the VA secretary would eventually draw a line in the sand and say, look, this is as far as we can move. And I believe that that's kind of what happened here. They probably landed somewhere around the 30,000 number. They probably looked at the trend and went, look, by the end of the fiscal year, we should be at 30,000 in attrition, early retirements, deferred resignation, all of that stuff. We're going to be minus 30,000 and we're not replacing them. So we are already, more than a third of the way through the goal of 80,000. And that's about as far as we can go before we really start to feel anything. And that's the line in the sand. And that's the conversation that probably happened. Hey, look, we can move this far. I know you wanted 80. We can do 30. Let's move forward. So let's finish this DAV statement. DAV shares VA Secretary Collins' focus on improving veterans' benefits and healthcare services, and we stand ready to engage with him. Congress and other stakeholders. I was really hoping that he was going to do that when I said stand twice. Anyway. stakeholders to identify and eliminate waste and redundancy in the system, with the demand for care continuing to rise, driven by an aging veteran population and expanding eligibility and increasingly complex care needs. It is critical that we work together in a transparent and collaborative manner to make sure that the VA is as efficient and effective as possible. Although details about the department's reorganization plans have not yet been released, VA has stated that the reductions will be achieved through attrition, resignations, retirements, hiring freezes. We look forward to learning more about the VA's implementation strategies and collaborating with Secretary Collins and other VA leaders to ensure that that veterans' benefits, services, and programs are not negatively impacted by these changes. DAVs, the Disabled American Veterans, nearly 1 million members, all of whom are wartime service disabled veterans, rely heavily on VA healthcare and benefits. As VA moves forward with this and any future reorganization plans, we must remain dedicated to fully and faithfully keeping the promises made to the men and women who served, as well as their families, caregivers, and survivors. And I concur. I mean, look, it is what it is. They're moving forward with 30. That's a lot better than 80. And I think that the commander, I think that every single veteran service organization should be pushing out statements publicly on this. I think that 80,000 was a big number, 30,000 is a big number, but again, let's not forget that just last year, 2024, the VA was actually planning to reduce 10,000 specifically on the VHA side, Healthcare Administration, and their plan was to do it via attrition and retirements. Retirement is attrition. So anyway, as people leave, they just weren't going to fill the spots. So you gotta look at all of this and wonder, okay, well, if the VA had identified a need to reduce 10,000, I'm not talking about reducing 100 people, I'm talking 10,000 people in 2024, and then they reversed course toward the end of the fiscal year there. And the question is, to me anyway, was there a political motive? Hey, this is going to look really bad, and we're probably going to lose some veteran votes if we cut 10,000 people. It's going to make the news, blah, 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 and it's not good news. So, you know what? Let's just not do that and avoid it and just kick that can down the road and let the next administration figure that out. Okay, so now the next administration, and how many years, by the way, has that gone on? And it's not necessarily a Democrat or Republican thing. It's a whoever's in office thing. Typically, this is a different landscape that we're in, for sure. There's a little less, I think, care on, I want to make sure that we're elected again, aspect in this. So I think that everybody prior would be thinking, I need to get reelected, and let's make sure that we are careful with this dance, so to speak. So, my question is, what drove the 10,000 number in 2024 for a reduction? What changed? Was it politically motivated to not? And their plan was to do it through attrition anyway. And now here we are doing the same thing, albeit it's 3 times the magnitude. It's 30,000. It's a gigantic number, sprinkled throughout the entire VA. I'm not sure where it is more heavily. Love to get your thoughts and comments on it. Here we are. So I think every veteran service organization should be posting things publicly, letting everybody know that we are well aware of what's happening at the service organization level and just publicly as constituents, veteran constituents. So with that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.